I think he actually took this fight for the naysayers and all this and all the people talking about the fight. I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog, and he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm gonna show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together.
Tank has stirred up even more buzz in the boxing world, but this time, his actions have fans and analysts in shock. Over the past few weeks, he's been sending some cold, ruthless warnings to Lamont Roach, making people question if Roach will even make it through this. But his latest message took things to another level. At a recent press conference, Tank made a bold statement directed at Roach, then doubled down by posting a training video with a chilling caption, "I'm going to end you."
Yeah.
With those words, Tank made it clear, he's deep in the mind games and ready to break his opponent both mentally and physically. The tension between them flared up again after a recent interview shed light on what pushed Tank to briefly call off the fight. For a moment, it looked like everything was off the table. Fans went into full panic mode, and rumors started flying about why Tank suddenly pulled the plug on one of the year's most anticipated matchups.
Now, I promise you, you better lead them home. You better lead the females home. On my mother, you better lead the females home and the kids. On my mother.
As speculation hit its peak, Lamont Roach, always the composed professional, responded during a recent Q&A on his YouTube channel. He tackled the rumors head-on, admitting that even he had no clue why Tank made such a dramatic announcement. Roach acknowledged that Tank's unpredictable nature was nothing new, but it didn't faze him. "Y'all know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a wild card," Roach said. "He's just punching. That ain't gonna affect me." He made it clear that while Tank's unpredictable behavior might shake others, it wasn't going to throw him off his game.
Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is. It goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not.
Despite Tank's shocking claim, Roach reassured fans that the fight was never actually canceled. "The fight was never off, just so y'all know," he said. "Whatever the case may be, I already knew that. He just scared y'all a little bit." Roach dismissed Tank's statement as just another one of his usual outbursts, but it didn't shake his focus. "I was in the gym, training for my biggest fight. That's what I'm worried about," he added.
Are you and Gervonta friends?
Friends? Probably.
Is it going to be hard to go in the ring and fight your friend?
Not at all.
Are you all going to be friends after?
Yeah, why not?
Either way it goes.
Both making money. Yeah.
But you guys are making each other bleed.
Hopefully I just make him bleed.
Oh, true. Okay.
Even though Roach had no idea what sparked Tank's outburst, he didn't waste time dwelling on it. Instead, he stayed focused on what mattered, preparing for the fight. The March 1st, 2025, showdown at Barclays Center in Brooklyn is still locked in as the main event for PBC's second big card of the year. But with everything now back on track, one question still lingers. Why did Tank do it in the first place? Why stir up all this confusion when the fight was already set?
Ninth round.
What?
I say ninth round.
You said 9?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling him, you saying you going down in a night?
One thing's for sure, Tank has always been unpredictable, and this is just another chapter in his saga. But now, the mind games are on another level. He's making it clear to Roach that this fight won't be easy. It's not just about what happens in the ring. Tank is trying to break him mentally before they even get there. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a master at getting inside his opponent's head, creating chaos, and throwing them off before the first bell rings. Roach has been in high-stakes fights before, but this war of words with Tank might be his toughest mental battle yet.
Retire at the end of next year. Do you think he has one foot out the door?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was a mistake for him to say that, especially in front of me. So, I'm going to just take advantage of him and show him why he shouldn't have said that or why he shouldn't be contemplating that.
This isn't the first time Tank has used his unpredictability to shake things up. From his sudden retirement claim to his cryptic social media posts, he's always kept fans on edge. But this time, it feels different. His warning to Roach isn't just talk, it's a statement of war. With every training video he drops, he's making one thing clear: he's coming with everything he's got. And he's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure he walks away with the win.
4 out of his last 5 fights that's not scared of him.
Oh, wow.
Rolly was scared. Ryan was scared.
Frank wasn't
Hector was scared.
Frank
was terrified.
Frank wasn't scared.
Frank was terrified.
Man, he wasn't.
The stakes for this fight couldn't be higher. Tank Davis is already a dominant force in boxing. His knockout power strikes fear into anyone who steps in the ring, and his ability to take control from the opening bell is unmatched. But Lamont Roach isn't some easy target. He knows exactly what he's doing, maybe better than anyone gives him credit for. As one of the best in the super featherweight division, he's determined to prove he can stand toe-to-toe with the elite. This isn't just about a title, it's about respect. Roach has the chance to show he's not just another name on Tank's resume. While Tank's threats might seem intense, they're a key part of his strategy. He's trying to break Roach mentally before they even get in the ring, hoping to plant doubt and gain an edge when the bell rings. But Roach isn't letting it affect him. He's staying focused, keeping his eyes on the prize, and pushing himself harder than ever in training to be ready for whatever Tank brings.
We fought twice in the same tournament. So, we fought in the Junior Olympics, in the regionals, and we fought in the nationals.
Things just keep getting more interesting with this fight. Last month, ES News dropped a video on their YouTube channel revealing that the March 1st showdown between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach could break several gate records. For those who aren't familiar, gate records refer to the revenue generated from ticket sales for a live event at the venue. This wasn't just a guess, it was an informed prediction based on early ticket sales and the undeniable star power of Davis.
Stilettos, wearing them purses. How many pay-per-view buys does this Roach Jr. coming up for 130? How many buys do you think this does, my brother?
I mean, 350 is what Tank and Frank did, and Frank wasn't a champion. Roach has been around. He lost to Jamel Herring. He came back.
Ray Jackson Onyx pointed out that by December, 10,000 seats at Barclays Center had already sold out. To put that into perspective, the arena holds 19,000. This is huge because Davis has been on a tear, selling out every venue he's fought at for the last 12 events. His fight with Lamont Roach could be the 13th consecutive sellout, proving just how powerful his presence is in the sport. Despite all the drama surrounding the March 1st event, Tank's unpredictable behavior and shocking social media posts, organizers have raised ticket prices, making it likely the fight will smash Barclays Center's gate sales record. This just goes to show that no matter what happens off the ropes, Davis's loyal fanbase is still eager to see him in action and willing to pack the arena. The real question now is how much longer Davis can keep pushing the limits of his unpredictable nature before it catches up with him. Lamont Roach, who has been on the receiving end of Davis's emotional outbursts, is left wondering just how far Davis will go. Roach's comments show his frustration, but also his calmness in handling the situation. However, there's a tipping point, and it's clear Roach is ready to take advantage of Davis's chaos if the opportunity presents itself. Boxing fans are eagerly anticipating the showdown between the undefeated Tank Davis and former super featherweight champion Lamont Roach. Once tickets went on sale, fans wasted no time snapping them up.
See little big bro coming out with the upset. A lot of people are going to pick Tank going into that fight, but how do you see that playing out?
I see my brother walking out victorious. No, there's no doubt. Not because that's my brother, but because I've seen him in the...
By the time the fight was officially announced, tens of thousands of seats at Barclays Center had already been sold, making it one of the most anticipated events in boxing history. However, with Gervonta Davis making waves with his unpredictable behavior, there's been a sense of uncertainty. His recent social media posts about the fight being cancelled left fans shaken. Known for his emotional outbursts and erratic actions, Davis once again had his followers confused. But as expected, the fight was never really off, and Lamont Roach confirmed that. It's clear that Davis's actions haven't dampened the excitement of his fans. They're still eager to see him in action, even if it means dealing with his unpredictable moods. For those who have been following boxing closely, the build-up to this fight is about much more than just the two men in the ring.
Rematch clause, people, so get ready for 2 fights. But, yes, and after I beat him the second time, I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up to 140 and fight right.
Davis and Roach have a long-standing rivalry that dates back to their amateur days. fans from the DMV area have been especially vocal, and many are expected to travel to Barclays Center to see their fighters face off. This isn't just a fight, it's a personal grudge that's been building for years. But it's not only the fight that's sparking conversation. The ticket prices for the March 1st event have been raised, and with them, the anticipation for what could be another record-breaking night at Barclays Center. Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, has continued to solidify his legacy as one of boxing's brightest stars. His ability to draw massive crowds and generate incredible revenue has made him one of the most lucrative athletes in the sport.
I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont. Like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a real good fight.
As the fight draws closer, all eyes are on Davis and how he'll handle the growing pressure. Roach, on the other hand, has stayed calm despite the drama surrounding his opponent. He's been in the gym, preparing for what's undoubtedly the biggest fight of his career. Roach has always been the underdog, but this time, he has something to prove. Moving up in weight to challenge Davis for the lightweight title is a bold move, one that could redefine Roach's career if he pulls it off. But will it be enough? The fight is sure to be a spectacle, but it's the ticket prices fans will have to pay to witness it that have sparked controversy.
Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training.
A few days ago, the PPV price for the fight was revealed to be $79.99. This is a significant cost, especially with the current state of the economy, but it's the price boxing fans are willing to pay for a fight of this magnitude. The combination of Davis's star power and Roach's determination to upset the undefeated champion makes this an event worth watching, even at the steep price. The ticket price increase is just another layer in the ongoing debate about pay-per-view pricing in boxing. For years, fans have voiced their frustration with the rising cost of watching big fights. Some have called for price reductions, while others have simply accepted that these events come with a hefty price tag.
My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family.
Don't bring them. Don't bring them.
For what?
Don't bring them. I'm telling you.
They gonna celebrate with me. You hear me?
Boxing's power brokers are starting to pay attention to the growing frustration among fans, especially with piracy still a major issue in the sport. The lower ticket prices for other big events have raised questions about why some promotions continue to push higher prices. Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions, the groups behind Davis's upcoming fight, are holding firm on the $79.99 price, confidently charging what they believe the fight is worth. Whether this approach will pay off remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. Fans are willing to pay to see Gervonta Davis, the self-proclaimed king of boxing, in action. As the fight gets closer, the excitement keeps building, and the buzz surrounding the event only grows.
I'm gonna be in there, y'all talking.
Steven Espinoza recently shared some insights into what's next for Tank after his highly anticipated title defense against Roach on March 1st. The WBA lightweight champion has made it clear that he wants to face top-tier competition moving forward. Espinoza laid out potential matchups, mentioning that Davis could be targeting fighters like Shakur Stevenson or even a rematch with Ryan Garcia. These are the kinds of fights Espinoza believes will grab the attention of both fans and the media, helping to further elevate Davis's legacy.
Yeah. But again, they pick and choose, so it is what it is. And again, the media like to hate him too. So, I'm going to catch a lot of that backlash too. But it is what it is. I ain't really studying that too much. I'm not worried about narratives. I'm worried about what I can do in the ring.
All right, brother. All right.
While these potential matchups have the boxing world buzzing, it's worth noting that Espinoza didn't mention other rising stars who could be in the mix, like Keyshawn Davis, William Zepeda, Raymond Maratala, or Andy Cruz. These fighters have the potential to challenge Davis, but they don't yet have the same widespread recognition. Espinoza's focus is clearly on well-known fighters who can help elevate Davis's career to the next level. One name that stands out in the conversation is Ryan Garcia. Garcia, who famously faced off with Davis in 2023, remains a potential target for a rematch. The first fight ended with a decisive knockout from Davis, but a rematch could be a major event, especially considering Garcia's massive social media following. Garcia's online presence has made him one of the most marketable fighters in the sport, and a match with Davis would undoubtedly be one of the biggest pay-per-view draws in boxing.
Think of the announcement of the Gervonta Davis Roach fight.
I think that, it's had a lot of criticism, but it's not a bad fight. Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people.
However, there's a catch. Garcia fights at 140 pounds, while Davis has traditionally competed at 135. Espinoza pointed out that the weight would be a key factor in making a potential rematch happen. After their first fight, Davis faced criticism for agreeing to a catch weight and rehydration clause, which many felt worked against him. According to Espinoza, Davis is unlikely to agree to similar conditions this time around. He's probably not going to agree to any weight stipulations Tank would ask for after being burned last time, Espinoza stated, referencing the controversial conditions of their first fight. It's clear Davis doesn't want to make the same mistake again, and this time, the stakes would be even higher. Then there's Shakur Stevenson, another name that frequently comes up when discussing Davis's future. Stevenson, a two-weight world champion, has an impressive skill set and a rapidly growing fan base.
They start talking, when the people who I fight, when they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'm gonna beat his ass.
He can't do it.
For real, man, be quiet.
I don't give a y'all was quiet. If y'all was live,
Stevenson is widely regarded as one of the most skilled fighters in the sport today, and a showdown between him and Davis could be one of the most exciting matchups in boxing. Espinoza believes Stevenson could be the type of challenge Davis is looking for after his defense against Roach. Maybe it's Shakur, maybe it's a Ryan Garcia rematch, or something like that, Espinoza said, indicating that these are the types of fights Davis is aiming for. However, there's also the challenge of getting these fights to actually happen. Boxing is notorious for its complicated politics, with constant back and forth between promoters, managers, and fighters. A fight like Stevenson versus Davis would be massive, but it would take time to make it happen, especially with the involvement of different promotional companies. Still, Espinoza's comments suggest that Davis is ready to push for the biggest fights available to him.
Here's my take on the fight. Everything is true about this situation. One, Gervonta Tank Davis was being ducked leading up to.
Despite the big names Davis is targeting, there's growing frustration among boxing fans. His career has often been criticized for a string of easy fights against lesser-known opponents. While he stayed undefeated and built an impressive knockout record, many feel he hasn't faced enough tough challenges. His past fights have raised questions about whether he's truly been tested, with some even accusing him of cherry-picking opponents.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's going to go. Tank going to be losing the first 3 rounds. Then he's going to download the data. Then he going to knock this dude out in round 7 or 8. Then he going to do the backflip. Then Jim Gray's going to get in the ring, or Caleb Plant's wife, and say, who do you want next? And Tank's going to say, I want all those guys. And they're going to go to the press conference, and Elliot Setback's going to say, who do you want next? He say, I want all.
Boxing fans are now at a point where they need to see Davis prove he's serious about fighting top-tier competition. His words alone won't be enough to ease the frustration from his supporters. Fans are tired of seeing Davis face opponents who are seen as easy victories. They want to see him step up and take on the toughest challenges. There's a growing sense that Davis has been playing it safe for too long, and if he truly wants to be considered among the greats, he'll need to show he can handle the biggest names in the sport.
What? Who said that? You said what? You said what? Yeah, that's why I've been waiting for the niggas to talk. How much you want back? How much you want it back? Because I came up here alone. How much y'all want back?
Davis's current streak of success has kept him undefeated, but it's also held him back from reaching his full potential. His careful approach in picking opponents has kept him from facing the tough challenges that could take him to the next level. While his loyal fan base continues to grow, there's a sense that he's not reaching the heights he could. If Davis wants to be the fighter fans and critics expect, he'll need to prove he's willing to take on the best, not just the easiest options. These are the kinds of matchups fans have been asking for, and they draw huge attention from both die-hard boxing fans and casual viewers. However, it's important that Davis doesn't fall into the trap of only taking easy fights to maintain his unbeaten record. To elevate his career and solidify his legacy, he needs to challenge himself. What do you think? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates. See you in the next one.